Joe, you talked a lot before the game about pulling lessons from a game. Do you even pull lessons from a half after that first half, especially the way you came out in the second and applied them on some of those runs and even some of the runs they went on in the second half?
I'd like to get your take. You thought the second quarter was bad?
25 points.
We only gave up 24.
Yeah, but in terms of the offense,
okay,
that went better in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key, right? I think the first half is there's like this sense of entitlement where like we're just supposed to play like amazing basketball every quarter, every game, and that's just not how it works. And like what I said to the guys at halftime was like it felt like we gave up 24 points, like it was 25-24. We won the quarter after giving up 36, and so like. This expectation of it's supposed to go a certain way all the time it can be extremely unhealthy, and we have to just continue to play regardless of whether down 5, up 8, it doesn't matter. And so like I thought the momentum changed for us in the second quarter when we finally started to defend, gave up a 24-point quarter. Loved the process of the shots that we got in the second quarter, and we can't be defined by a result. And so if we're going to only play. We're only going to feel good about ourselves when the ball's going in, then that's a recipe for short-term success. And I thought that was what the issue was in the second quarter, but I thought we played great. So I would say that 3 quarters of basketball was kind of who we were.
And were the guys able to embrace that? It looked like Jaylen and Jayson were kind of joking around at ease at the beginning of the second half during that challenge.
I would say so. I mean, we won the game.
Coach, you guys eliminated a 17-point deficit, which is something you guys have done in the past in terms of getting rid of a double-digit deficit. But this one's a little different. You had to keep fighting in that fourth quarter. You went down again, come back, seal the victory in those final couple of minutes. What did you see different about this comeback, maybe compared to other ones throughout the season?
I just hope it happens 10, 12 more times so we can get rid of the entitlement that we're always supposed to be winning. So I hope we have to blow leads. I hope all that happens. I really do. And so like that's what I think. I think it's just like at times we're just supposed to be winning all the time. And it's just not the case. So we have to stay the course. Sometimes you can be losing because you're playing good basketball. It's just not the result isn't being achieved. And like you could be losing because you suck. I thought we sucked in the first quarter. I thought we were losing because the result in the second quarter. There's a difference there. And so we just have to continue to play. It's really important.
Joe, Derek White, 1 for 8 in the first 3 quarters, and he exploded in the fourth. How tough is it to sort of maintain that mindset of just play your game and it'll come to you? And is there anything that you or the other guys say to him when he's struggling like that?
Just affirmation. I think, I guess it's tough. It shouldn't be that tough because, as I told him, support you. You got your back. Like, we need you. So, like, I don't care. As long as you're taking great shots and you're playing on both ends of the floor, just be yourself. And I think that's important. So, I think that's kind of the guy said it to him, too.
For the Jays, I mean, they both have great offensive nights, but also you see Jaylen locking up on defense, taking on those one-on-one matchups. JT was all over the passing lanes. How big is it for those guys to be leaders on both ends, and how tough is it to be as good as they are on offense while also, like, taking that step on defense?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about that 2 days ago. Like, that's the difference is people need to recognize their well-rounded approach. Jaylen taking on different matchups every game. Like you said, both of those guys made a significant difference defending tonight, and that's part of the reason why we are who we are is because those guys buy into, defense are not just defined by offense.
You brought up the sense of entitlement a couple of times.
I don't think it's the team personally. I think it's just this general narrative of like, it's just supposed to go our way all the time.
So do you think that's just outsiders thinking, the Celtics should be wiping everybody off the court? Like what?
I didn't say that.
So tell me what this
I just think it's yeah, I just think this. It just happens. It just happens, and it's just like being down 10 in the NBA is really not like foreign to like the 99 percentile of the NBA. Like that happens all the time, And so like at halftime, I said that I was like, what are we doing? Like it's a 10-point game. It's 3 possessions, in an NBA game, and or the idea of having to like go battle for a win, like earn a win, is like Celtics have to earn a win tonight. It's like playing in the NBA. It's a good team, And so, like, we can't lose sight of the fact of, like, we have to earn a win every night. It's going to be just as hard tomorrow. Doesn't matter if the record's 5-20 or they're undefeated. Like, you see it all around the league,
And then Jaylen has talked a couple of times about building endurance during this run before the All-Star break and how that can be useful later on. How does a win like this, where you did have to work through some stuff, kind of benefit you?
That's the key. Like I said, I hope we get 10 of them more. Like, I don't want to just be in a position to where everything goes our way. And so whatever we have to go through, whatever, it's important for us. And I think the endurance is physical and a mental endurance. Like you got to learn how to win games all the time. You can't take that piece for granted, you know? And so it's funny, like we talk about, like, oh, it was a really bad first half. I thought we sucked in the first quarter, and then I thought we played really good in the second quarter, as far as our process-oriented approach, you know?
Joe, for you, coaching through these things, when do you push? When do you encourage? When do you say, hey, wake up? And when do you say, hey, we're right where we want to be? Like, what's that balance of getting these guys through that?
It just depends, kind of. I think that's like the art of coaching, you know? Like, you got 14 timeouts, halftime, dead balls. You got plenty of opportunity to be able to do that. You just got to push and pull, you know? I mean, I don't know. Like, it just depends on the situation. Yeah.
Joe, is this a lesson of, not that players don't know, how hard it is to, I haven't asked the question yet.
I know. Is this a lesson?
A lesson of how hard it is to win in this league. You said you guys have had it not easy, but you guys are the best record in the league.
Yeah. And
you lose a game, and then a team comes in that literally scored 83 points the other night and looks like it scores 36 in the first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems like these are lessons to like, how hard it is to win and not taking
that
it for granted.
To me is perfect. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like the lesson of, like you said, you just got to earn it. Like every night. Like tomorrow's going to be just as hard of a game in a different way, and we just can't think that it's going to go a certain way all the time. And like I said, I really don't care if we have a lead, blow a lead, go down 15. It doesn't, like, to me, it's about like what's our mindset going to be handling all these types of situations. You know, you never want to get to a point where you don't go through stuff when you're get into playoffs or even in the regular season. So like it was good.
What's the feeling like for when you see Derek kind of, breathe and sigh of relief after hitting a shot, when you see the slump ending, you see that the confidence is back?
It's great. To me, I want to know if we can get to a point where we don't lose the confidence. You know, I think we shouldn't lose confidence. That's a result-oriented approach. Is like, I don't have confidence in myself. And I said that to him after the game. I was like, why would you not? You've delivered all the time. You're one of our best players. We need you to be great. And I was like, I'm not taking you out of the game. I'm not yelling at you. You're not like, you have nothing to worry about. And so that also happens when you've seen it the last few games, the correlation to our the result of an offensive possession leading to our defense. You know what I mean? And so I'm glad he got it back, but I hope he never wavers, because he's that good of a player and we need him.
Joe, there's players in this league that if they miss 30 straight, they feel like they're going to hit their 31st, like their confidence is unwavering. And then there's guys maybe like Derek that it goes up and down a little bit. How do you deal with guys that they don't have that just ultimate,
I think he has it.
You think he has it?
I do, because he doesn't stop playing. Like, to me, you take a look at a guy like him, and it's like you couldn't tell on his defense that he missed 6 in a row. You can't tell that. So like that to me means he has it, and he's not gonna pass it up. Like, so it's important that he knows that he has it. So he has that for sure. Yeah.
They started 5 of 7 from 3, finished the first half nearly 40%, and then finished the game below 30%.
Classic law of averages.
So was it more about law of averages and better execution, or were there some schematic changes to make those shots even more difficult?
You remember that game when Chicago played Brooklyn, and Chicago was up like 32 points, and they blew the lead and lost? You know why they were up by so much in the first half? Because the scout went exactly according to plan. All the guys that they wanted to shoot threes made them all. And so they were 5 for their 7, and 4 of them were from guys that shoot less than 39% from 3.
So when Herb Jones was making them in the first quarter, you just telling the team, continue to stay the course?
Yeah, because it wasn't like we were just ignoring them, leaving them open. Like one time it was we went to go help on a Zion post-up, and it was a kick-out, and Tatum had active hands, and he recovered back to him and contested, and he made it. And then the one across from our bench, I think it was in semi-transition, or it was another help situation where we closed out to him. That was 2 of them. And then Larry Nance hit a corner one because we were concerned with it was either Ingram or McCollum, right? So that's 3. There was Ingram shooting 28%. He hit 1. That's 4. There's 1 more. And so like 5 of 7 doesn't necessarily mean a bad 5 of 7. You know? Thank you, Joe. Thank you.